So hey bestie, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new day and a new video. And today's video will be about how to boss your life up in 2026 without feeling burnt out. Let's go ahead and hop straight into it because you guys already know I drop the hottest and the latest gems and the tips to help you all become the best possible version of you. I'm just gonna be real with you. We're gonna take it slow and we're just gonna get down to the nitty-gritty. 2026 is not about doing more. However, it is about doing better on purpose. So think about, oh, I'm gonna boss my life up, I'm gonna boss my life up. 9 times out of 10, they are talking about money, how they look, their routines day to day, or even success. But honestly, I'm here to tell you that bossing your life up simply starts internally. And truth be told, the change from the inside happens long before what others can see on the outside. So in today's video, I honestly want to walk you through how to boss your life up in 2026 realistically, calmly, and sustainably. And no, I'm not talking about the hustle culture, not talking about any overnight success, but what I am talking about are just simple upgrades that compound over time. So if you're entering in a season and you want more clarity, more discipline, and more peace, this video is definitely for you. So come on in, come on in, come on in. I know you may be asking like, Cheryl, what does bossing your life up really mean? And honestly, I'm gonna tell you. So let's define what bossing your life up actually means. So bossing your life up, for one, does not mean you will be busy all the time. It doesn't mean that you're gonna work yourself into exhaustion. And it definitely does not mean comparing your timeline to someone else's. Bossing your life up simply means you make sound decisions instead of reacting. You manage your money instead of avoiding it. You protect your time instead of giving it away. And I know some of you are always feeling guilty because you cannot say no to other people. But this is a season of isolation and this is a season of bossing your life up. You can only boss your life up if you are selfish with your time more and learning how to tell people no. Also, I want you to move with intention and not urgency. And honestly, bossing your life up just feels calm. It feels grounded and it definitely feels stable even when you feel like things are not perfect. And honestly, these are simply the goals that I want us to reach in 2026 to get our lives together and to stay on track. So the most important thing I will discuss with you all is that clarity comes before confidence. One of the most biggest mistakes that individuals make is waiting for them to gain confidence over clarity to start whatever they're doing. But like I stated, clarity before confidence. You simply cannot boss your life up when you don't know something. You can't actually boss your life up if you don't know these 3 things. What do you want, what you're working toward, and what actually matters to you. So the first steps in 2026 is gaining clarity. So ask yourself, what kind of life do you want to be living by this time next year? I know the new year just started, but these are some things that you should actually start to think about because this year is where you're laying the foundation. You're building a strong and firm foundation. And 2027, you can really pop it how you want to. What are some things that you're tired of repeating? And by this point, you already know you should have your notebook out with your pen, writing down these questions so you can either answer along with the video or answer after you have watched the video. And lastly, what areas of your life feels the most chaotic or unmanaged? You honestly don't need all the answers to these questions. However, you do need to be completely honest with yourself. Clarity does not require perfection. However, it does require honesty. Discipline is one of the most misunderstood concepts online. Discipline should not feel like punishment. Discipline should not feel like there's a restriction on your life. Discipline is simply self-respect in action. When you boss your life up, discipline shows up as paying attention to your spending, keeping promises to yourself, and doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel motivated. Motivation comes and goes. We all know that our moods change, but honestly, you cannot do things and you cannot complete tasks based on your mood because you'll always fail and never reach your goals. Discipline is definitely something that stays and sticks around. And honestly, this next part is a part of discipline that a lot of people don't talk about, and that's having freedom. When your finances are disciplined, you feel less stress. When your routine is disciplined, you see things more clear. When your boundaries are disciplined, your energy improves. Discipline is definitely not harsh, or at least it should not be. It's all about protection. So this is one of my favorite topics and a lot of people's favorite topics, and it's about money management. You cannot simply boss your life up and you're ignoring your money. You don't need to be rich, however, you do need to be aware. Let's be clear. Bossing your life with financially simply means knowing where your money is going, having a savings cushion, even if it's a small one, making spending decisions intentional, and 4, not avoiding your bank account. And honestly, your money should not be controlling you. You should actually be telling your money what it needs to do. And this is the key point that I would like for you to take away from this video today. When you change your spending habits, you change your future options. Every single dollar that you manage gives your future self newer opportunities and newer choices. Learning how to really manage your money gives you more flexibility, more peace, and more stability. Money management isn't about restriction. It's simply about leverage. So let's talk about some routines that create stability. I will say that another major part of bossing your life up in 2026 is simply having structure. And let's just be honest, you don't need an extreme routine. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. You simply just need to be consistent. And know that a lot of individuals and a lot of people are always saying, you gotta be consistent, you gotta be consistent, you gotta be consistent. And it's because it's the truth. I had to tell myself that. I have to prove to myself that I can be consistent. And honestly, when you're consistent, you see the results. I'm gonna provide you with 3 simple things that can build structure in your life today. You can have daily morning check-ins with yourself, a weekly financial reset, and a nightly wind down. When I say give yourself like a daily morning check-in with yourself, make sure that you are taking care of you first before you go out into the world, or before you tend to your kids. If you do have kids, you may be caring for a family member or something like that. You are the most important thing, so you should always come first and make sure that you are taken care of before you are able to help and aid anyone else in this world. My definition of a weekly financial reset is simply paying attention to your bank account, seeing what you did spend, seeing where you are, instead of just blindly spending. Because be honest, no one wants to go into the grocery store, or no one wants to go to a restaurant and their card come back declined because you're not checking your bank account. And also a nightly wind down. Self-care does not have to be expensive. A nightly wind down can simply consist of you giving yourself a luxury shower. And when I say luxury, I mean just taking the time to cater to yourself, using your favorite products, taking a little extra time for your facial routine, your skincare, moisturizing, and things of that nature. Honestly, when you have routines in place, this can simply decrease fatigue. They create rhythm, and they also help your life feel less chaotic. And take it from me, when your days have structure, your mind can honestly be at peace. I'm gonna be real with you, as your big or little sister. Bossed up people don't rely on motivation, they simply rely on systems. Now, this next part is something that us girls love to talk about a lot, and it's self-care. You know, we are in our soft girl era, so it's just like, why not? So the next part of this video, we'll be talking about self-care that actually moves the needle. When I say let's talk about self-care, I mean the grown version. Self-care isn't just about candles and a perfect spa day. It's also going to bed on time, saying no when needed, choosing peace over chaos, and taking breaks before the burnout hits. Bossing your life up simply means taking care of yourself in a way that your future self will appreciate it. So these are some real self-care ask or questions. What do I need to do to feel regulated? What habits have I taken on that are now draining me consistently? What boundaries do I need in order to protect my energy? Self-care simply isn't soft, it's strategic. And again, I know I won't be the first person to tell you this. I know I won't be the last person to tell you this. However, stop trying to wait for the right time. It's never going to be the right time. You simply just have to get up and proclaim that today is the day. You have to make it your time. And I do understand we have to move according to God's word. But God also needs assistance, because he can't keep, handing out blessings and saying, oh, I'm going to give my daughter or I'm going to give my son this and that, but you won't even move. You won't even meet him halfway because you're too busy trying to figure out when will the right time ever be. Make it make sense. One thing that keeps most of us stuck in the same positions that we were year after year after year was waiting for the perfect moment. The right time rarely ever arrives. Clarity simply comes from movement. Bossing your life up in 2026 does not necessarily mean you're changing everything at one time. It simply means one better habit, one smarter decision, and one honest reset. Progress compounds quietly. Remember that. And again, you don't need this dramatic transformation. You just simply need consistency. Consistency, consistency, consistency. I'm going to keep saying it until you understand and until you hear me, because I don't think you're hearing me right now, girl or boy. So the last tip that I will have to give for you all in order to boss your life up in 2026 is that important identity shift. Become the person first. Everything simply changes when you stop asking, what should I do? You simply need to stop asking, what should you do, and start asking, who do I want to become? Bossed up people simply make decisions based off their identity. They tend to ask questions as such. What would the organized version of me do? What would the disciplined version of me choose? What would the calm and focused version of me prioritize? And I'm a living witness to this. I simply, can say when that identity changes, everything else follows. And when I say identity change, I'm not just saying, oh, changing your name or changing the way that you look and things of that nature. It's all about changing the way that you think, how you think about yourself, how you think about your future, how you think about your goals. These are the things that I am referring to. Once you lock in mentally, I promise you, you're going to start seeing things a whole lot differently. So again, bossing your life up in 2026 does not require perfection. It simply requires clarity, discipline, intention, and self-respect. If you want tools to simply support this, such as budgeting tools, routines, or structure, I'll link what I personally use down below. Keep in mind that the goal is never to impress anyone else but yourself. The goal is to build a life that feels peaceful, stable, and aligned. And again, thank you all for tuning in to today's video, and I cannot wait to post more.